My name's Annie. I'm a solutions architect here at Bonterra. Today I'm going to be showing you our tool Insights. It's part of our CyberGrants platform. CyberGrants was designed to house grant making, employee engagement, including giving and volunteerism programs, all under one single platform. This will be shown in Insights, which is a tool used by CSR professionals to understand program efficiencies, where there might be improvements made, as well as to showcase impact. Within this tool, we've been working with CSR professionals for over 20 years within the Fortune 100, and I think the experience of that will be shown very well within the build out of the various dashboards available to you. On this call, I'll be showcasing a few of the features and use cases that are common within this tool, as well as talking about how some of our clients use this tool. This can be used to show you how you might build out your reports, optimize your programs, or simply understand your impact metrics. Let's go ahead and look at a few of them. All right, so let's go into a quick overview of Insights first. One thing you need to know about the program is that it pulls all of the data that you have across from all of your programs, comprehensive of grants, employee giving, matching, and volunteerism, all into one singular data lake. What this allows you to do is cross-report to understand total impact. This tool is also really cool because it updates in near real time, automatically pulling in data as it's being input into the system. It's also an interactive tool, which is going to be a lot more fun for your team to use and a lot more efficient, because what it's doing is taking the most up-to-date data and allowing you to interact with it by filtering out through different segments of it to see the exact data set you would like to see, such as to answer a specific question you might have. Now we'll dive into some popular features that our customers love. So let's start with the total giving dashboard. When your employee giving and grant making data is housed in different systems, it makes it hard to see the full scope of your impact. Our total giving dashboard was built to bring data from grant making and giving and volunteerism into a single view so that you can quickly and easily show your stakeholders how your company is making a difference across all of your programs. Within this dashboard, users can easily see the total impact for CSR across all programs. You can see here that I have total dollar amount for all of our programs, and then it's broken down by grants, employee gifts, matches, volunteer amounts for volunteer grants, and number of volunteer hours. You can also choose to drill down into this with various filters. So for example, I can use the filters up here at the top, or I could click into something like education-based causes and show the specific subset of data only related to a cause or a specific time period. You can also see total impact by geographic area, like state or county, which is helpful for tracking activities related to specific communities, such as low-income populations where you do business. One of our customers, BOK Financial, uses a version of this dashboard to aggregate their key metrics. This is charitable contributions, volunteer hours, and board roles into a single view. Now they can effortlessly create consolidated reports in a matter of seconds. No more pulling multiple reports from their disparate data sources or doing any manual data manipulation. Next, I'm going to show some Insights dashboards that are specific to employee giving and volunteering programs. So one of the things we hear all of the time is that CSR leaders want to better understand their employees, but they don't know how. Our advanced donor analysis dashboard is a great place to start because it gives you insight into how popular employee engagement trends relate to recency, frequency, and monetary dollar amount. So this information helps you determine the best way to engage different types of donors, depending upon their own behaviors within the system. So for example, you might communicate differently to a set of lapsed donors than you would to a repeat regular donor. So within this particular advanced donor analysis dashboard, admins can see the most popular days of the week for employees to contribute, their median donation amount. They can see whether they're giving money, logging volunteer hours, or both. And with this info, you can align your comms to popular giving days. You can also categorize employees by retention type, as seen up here. So retention type is used to pull lists of donors, such as, again, those who have been lapsed. So you can tailor your messaging to their specific donation history. And if you include birth date on your employee's HR file, you can see participation level by age range or generational breakdown. This can also help you understand which group of employees you may want to do more or different types of outreach with. So within here, again, to illustrate, you could filter, for example, to show only information related to lapsed donors to get a better view on things like median donation amount per donor, number of organizations, and most popular days of the week for lapsed donors. One of our customers, CVS Health, used a similar insights dashboard to help them collect data about their Ukraine relief campaign. But in doing so, they uncovered that this campaign resulted in a significant influx of employees interacting with their CSR efforts for the very first time. For years, customers have told us that they need a way to measure program performance against broader industry standards and best practices. While annual CSR reports offer valuable insights, the data is usually outdated by the time it's published, making it hard to drive real-time optimizations. And that's why we launched the first and only real-time employee engagement benchmarking resource for CSR teams. Our engagement benchmarking dashboard lets admins see how their programs stack up against their peers. When you filter by industry or company size, over here, you get comparison trends related to donor engagement, match rates, program roles, cause preferences, and more. You can compare both year-over-year and current data to make real-time program enhancements. So over here, we can see that I can select an industry of any choice or a company size. So here, if I select energy and utilities, for example, and refresh, it'll show our company's data over on the right compared to the benchmark data set. So we can see that we have an average participation rate of 3.1% across our employee programs, but the benchmark indicates a higher 7.4%. It also indicates that the benchmark has a higher average gift, but a lower average match, higher average hours, and fewer engagements than our program. All valuable insight to determine if or how we might need to make a change. Now I'm going to shift gears and talk about insights dashboards that are specific to grant making. I do want to call out that these are not standard turnkey dashboards in the product, but ones that our clients have built and something your analyst users will be able to do as well. Building reports for a board committee review can involve manually pulling every single grant request and reviewing them for relevant information, and then manually altering all of that information to provide your board committee with a specific, digestible summary, often with visual components that you have to manually calculate yourself. Our board books dashboard removes this layer of manual work and automatically generates high-level reports that you can share with those key stakeholders. So with this dashboard, you can create a single board book template that can be used over and over again. All you have to do is filter by project name and/or organization name so that you can see the data for a specific grant request record. Once it's built, you can export directly to a PDF with all of the graphics directly included. So over here, you can see that I can go ahead and download this, and I can export directly to a PDF that I could then print and/or put in an electronic packet to then share with our board members. Upload that PDF directly into the grant request record, creating a historical record of what the board or committee has reviewed when they cast their vote. Over here on this board book summary, what I have is I have indicated the organization name, the title, the amount requested versus the amount recommended, the number of prior projects funded, the available budget that could be allocated to this grant if approved, project description, the expense breakdown of this particular request, as well as various other data points that might be of interest to our board to review. This is one example. This dashboard is not part of our standard functionality, so it's not an automatically available one, but it is available to be completely tailored to your own particular data and reporting needs as it goes to having this individual grant review summaries for whatever purpose you might need them. When reporting impact, grant makers don't just want to know the basic information like grant status and organization information or dollars amount contributed. They also want to pinpoint exactly how their funding made a difference in communities, and our impact metrics dashboard is designed for that purpose specifically. This is one that I designed myself. Many of our clients have a multitude of different impact metrics that are important to their organization to report on. So this dashboard is meant to be indicative of how you might do that for your organization. This dashboard doesn't just show you where your grant dollars are growing. It gives you insight into how they're being used and how they're driving positive change. This information helps you tell a more powerful impact story. You can also track impact over time. So for long-term nonprofit partnerships, this dashboard can show the lasting impact your contributions make, not just during a single campaign or time period, but through the entire relationship. Over in this one, I have this filtered to show the last 365 days by default, but more commonly, our clients are going to want to see a broader timeline, such as impact for the last calendar year for an annual report, or they're going to want to look at impact over time. With this too, you'll notice that I have several filters up here at the top that can cross-filter my whole dashboard, such as if I wanted to filter by a specific program of ours, a specific cause, a specific organization, one of our strategic focus areas, or by one of the geographic markets of our company. And then down here within the actual what's being shown, we can show information like dollar amount. That's pretty basic. It's usually people want to see that. But then we can show things like how many individuals were impacted, how many grants did we actually approve and pay out, how many unique organizations have we supported. And just for fun, because this is a more education-based dashboard, I have how many books did we donate. Could also reflect on number of calculators donated, televisions to classrooms, number of classrooms impacted. I have great plans to do change in GPA over time for all schools that have received grant funding. And then below here, you can include different text highlights, such as for this one, I have a partner highlight for Adopt the Classroom, where I provide some additional information about the partnership, and then a quote from one of the teachers who received funding from this partnership. So not only can you report on data points, but you include more narrative style things as well. And then down here, I have contributions by our own internal focus areas, as well as by the IRS cause codes. This is a cool thing to point out because within any of these graphics here, you guys can also change all of the colors. So not only can you show which data points are being shown, but you can choose which graphic element is used to display that data, as well as the colors of each of those graphic elements, if you want to separate them like I did between these two. I hope you found this overview helpful. If you have any questions about your specific data and reporting needs, or if you want to see a full product demo, please reach out to us. We're happy to speak with you at any time. Our goal is to help you achieve your peak impact.